Hey guys, welcome to math class, lesson 119. We're getting close to the end of your math lessons. You guys have done such a good job. Today we have a fun brain pop, and it's just going to be a review of how to borrow. When you are subtracting today, we're going to be practicing subtracting 3-digit numbers. So today you will need a ruler, a pencil, an eraser, and a red crayon to do some tracing. So go grab all that stuff, and then I'm going to have a brain pop for you to review your borrowing. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know, and if I'm going too fast, go ahead and push pause at any time.
Oh no, I lose 5 points. How many points do I have? I have 14 points, but I lose 5. Subtract the numbers in the ones place first. Wait, how do you subtract 4 minus 5? We can't subtract a larger number from a smaller number. How do you regroup with subtraction? When you regroup, you gather 10 ones cubes and trade them for a tens rod. You can also take a tens rod and trade it for 10 ones cubes. You can borrow a 10 from the tens place and turn it into 10 ones. Now we have 14 ones, and we can subtract 5 ones. And we're left with 9 ones. So 14 minus 5 is equal to 9. The soccer team has 45 raffle tickets to sell. They've sold 8 so far. How many do they have left to sell? Subtract 45 minus 8 to find the answer. Subtract the ones place first. It's not possible to take 8 away from 5, so we have to regroup. We can borrow one 10 and turn it into 10 ones. Now we have 15 ones, and we can subtract 8 ones. That's equal to 7. Now subtract the numbers in the tens place. We had 4 tens, but we regrouped one 10. So there are 3 tens. 45 minus 8 is equal to 37. A store has 62 robot toys. It sells 9 of them. How many are left? Subtract to solve. Subtract the ones place first. Borrow one 10 and regroup it into 10 ones. Now subtract the ones place. What is 12 minus 9? 3. Now subtract the tens place. We had 6 tens, but we regrouped one 10. So there are 5 tens. 62 minus 9 is equal to 53. Sometimes you won't have counters to help you regroup. How do you regroup with subtraction without counters? Grandpa bakes 24 cookies. Moby eats 7 cookies. How many are left? Subtract 24 minus 7 to solve. Since you have to borrow a 10, cross out the tens place and subtract one 10. Then regroup and add 10 to the ones place. What is 14 minus 7? 7. Now subtract the tens place. 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. So 24 minus 7 is equal to 17. When you subtract without counters, it's easier to write the sentence up and down. But always make sure you line up the places correctly. First, subtract the numbers in the ones place. Since you have to borrow a 10, cross out the tens place and subtract one 10. Then regroup to the ones place. What is 11 minus 6? 5. Now subtract the tens place. 8 minus 0 is equal to 8. So 91 minus 6 is equal to 85. You can use addition to check your answer. What is 85 plus 6? 91. I know my answer is correct because the numbers match up. It's always a good idea to check your work. You won? But you have fewer points than me. Wait a minute. That spot wasn't there before.
Okay guys, right now what I need you to do is put this on pause and go grab a piece of scratch paper or something you can do problems with me on. So go ahead and put this on pause, and when you're ready with your pencil and a piece of scratch paper, go ahead and push play. Alright, we are going to do some math problems together. We're going to start with one so I can explain what we are going to be doing. So let's look at 429 minus 336. Okay, now we're going to do 3-digit subtracting. So these are 3-digit numbers. So we always do what we learned a little while ago. We check, is that number bigger than that number? If it's not, then we can just do regular math. 9 minus 6 is 3. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But here, 3 is bigger than 2, so we can't subtract it. So we need to borrow. But this time we're going to be borrowing from the hundreds column. So 4 becomes 3, just like we've been doing. And we add 10 to this number. So 10 plus 2 is 12. Now we can subtract. 12 minus 3 is 9. And 3 minus 3 is 0. You don't have to put the 0 there, but you can if you want. Okay, so let's try a few on your paper. Okay, I want you to work that one out. Put it on pause, and when you're done, you can check your work with me. Okay, so 8 is bigger than 4. We are going to borrow. This becomes 6. This becomes 14. 14 minus 8 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. 6 minus 3 is 3. You guys get the right answers? All right, I'm going to do 2 more. Minus, and this one. Okay, go ahead and work on those. Put it on pause and work on those. Okay, do your answers look like mine? Okay, if they do, then that means that you are ready to go ahead and move on to your math problems. Is just a reminder of how to borrow, except you have an extra digit in the numbers. Okay guys, we have our math 119. You have your problem of the day, and of course your times. We're still working on our times 2. So let's be really good with our times 2. Both sides, remember that's 5 minutes. And then let's get started on our work for today. Just fix that a little bit. Okay, so it says draw an 8-centimeter line. So of course you're going to need your ruler. We're back to 8 centimeters, yes. Okay, then measure this long one here in centimeters. Alright, it says there are 5 desks in the room. Ashley put 3 books on each desk. Draw the books on the desk. How many books are there altogether? So now let's read it again, and then we can underline what words we need. There are 5 desks in the room. Ashley put 3 books on each desk. Draw the books on the desk. How many books are there altogether? All right, so there are 5 desks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right, so we've drawn our 5 desks. Now there are 3 books on each desk. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can draw them however you want. Standing up. 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So each desk has 3 books. So we need a number sentence. So how many groups are there? Which means how many tables? There are 5 tables times how many books are on each desk. So there are 3 books. Okay, and 5 times 3 is 15 books. We need a label. Okay, and the answer is 15 books. Okay, we're going to use our ruler again here, and we see this. We're only going to use our centimeter side. So it says measure the vertical line on the left using centimeters. If we remember, our vertical line goes up and down, and it says the one on the left. So we are going to do the one on the left is 7 centimeters. Okay, measure the vertical line segment on the right. So not this one, but this one, because they want the vertical. Then measure the horizontal line using centimeters. Horizontal, remember, you can see the horizon. There's only one of those. It's 4 centimeters. All right, and then the oblique line. That one's the easiest to remember. It's that wonky diagonal. Okay, now perimeter. Do you guys remember? Perimeter is this side plus this side plus this side plus this side. So we're adding these all together. So 7 plus 4 is what? 11 plus 4 is 15 plus 5 is 20. So it's 20 centimeters. Okay, it says trace a pair. A pair means two lines that are perpendicular line segments in problem 2. So in this shape, we're going to need a red crayon, because it says use a red crayon. And remember, perpendicular crosses, or it touches. Okay, and you can fit your corner into there. So, but you only are doing 2. There's a few different lines. This line, I'm going to trace this line and this line are perpendicular. Okay, this line and this line are also perpendicular, but it only wants a pair, so that means 2 lines that you need to trace. Okay. Now, we've done this before. This is where the chart that you need to fill out. It says on Monday the children read 2 books, or 2 pages. On Tuesday they read 4 pages. Wednesday they read 6 pages. If the pattern continues, how much are they going to read each day? So if we're counting, if you notice, we're counting 2, 4, 6. What's going to go here? 8 pages and 10 pages. Okay, so how many did they read on Friday? They read 10 pages. Okay, write 617 using digits. So using digits means writing it out with numbers. So 617. Write this number in expanded form. If you guys remember from our whiteboards, 600 plus 10 plus 7. All right, let's go and do our math here. Subtraction. Now we have 3 digits like we went over today. 5, we cannot take 5 from 2, so we're going to borrow. This becomes 5. This becomes 12, just like we've been doing. 12 minus 5 is 7. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. All right, here's another subtraction. Now this is where it gets a little wonky, but it's the same thing. We're just moving it over some columns. 9 minus 5 is 4. We cannot take 6 away from 4. So we're going to have to borrow. So this becomes 4 and this becomes 14. Okay? We're just not doing in the ones column. Now we're doing in the tens and the hundreds column. So 14 minus 6 is 8. 4 minus 3 is 1. All right, here's another subtraction. We cannot take 6 away from 3, so we need to borrow. That becomes 3. This becomes 13. 13 minus 6 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 1. Drop down your decimal. 6 minus 4 is 2. And we need our dollar sign. Okay? And then we have to make sure we're not just going on to subtraction because they try and trick you here with an addition problem. 9 plus 2 is 11. 2, 3, 4. Decimal 6, 7, 8, 9. And a dollar sign. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. And your job for homework is to do this side. Okay, they give you the measurements here, but you're going to need to fill this in. You're also going to need a red crayon as well to do the perpendicular lines just like you did before. Make sure you're filling in these 2 boxes here and going back and answering that. And then go slow here. If the number on the bottom is bigger than the top number, you cannot do it. You're going to have to borrow. Okay? So go slow on that one and do your best. And if you have any questions on this, let me know.